Yeah, really happy and proud of the group. I thought this was going to be a sticky game. Whenever you make changes, regardless of how much work you do together, um, I think there was nerves clearly present there. The first 15 minutes, the way we finished the half was really strong, and the way we took over the second half was really strong. So to be able to perform with that maturity and quality, tactical quality, I think they solved some problems really well in the second half. Is really impressive and makes me so happy because I knew that this was important, and hopefully we can be a bit calmer, shake off that stress, and just continue to focus on improving. And obviously that starts when we get back home, getting ready for next week.
All right, we'll start things off with a question from Grant Little.
Hey, Mark, how are you? Sorry, there's some fireworks going on in the back here. I hope you can't hear that. I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to Olivia or Rich Gunny after the match ended, but obviously you talked about their relationship and how Rich kind of was doing one-on-ones with her. I was just wondering what you think that meant to the both of them tonight.
Well, yeah, first of all, I'm sure and hope it meant loads to Liv and her family and a lot of other coaches who've been around a lot longer than us. And we've been here for 2.5 years. And then secondly, well done to so many staff, important people around the club that how we support every athlete, how we support every player. Everyone works really hard. So when we see Marissa Everett, when we see Bella step in, and I can name every other player who touched the field tonight, there's a lot of pride from everyone because a lot of people work hard. Rich has done an important and spectacular job in being there and having a one-to-one kind of responsibility of guiding and supporting Liv. So absolutely no doubt that this is very, very important to him and all the work that's been happening. But I also know Liv, the family, all our staff and Rich will be the first ones to say, cool, now let's get better. All right, good. Now let's move forward. And that's the mindset of us. That's the mindset of Liv. And it's good to get that in, and proud of her. I think she physically showed that she belongs. She won some duels and that intensity in the right moments. And it's great to get her on the ball in some of those pockets that we love to see her. Good start, and hopefully we can see her a little bit more over the next few months.
Next, we'll go to Richard Farley.
Coach, I'd like to talk about your other 2021 debutante tonight, Bella Bixby. Obviously not her first action at the professional level, but her first action in about a year. What did you think of her performance? And given what she has gone through in that time coming back from the knee injury, how do you think her performance compared to where she left off in last year's Challenge Cup?
Really strong performance. Bella is an experienced senior pro. We are very fortunate with all the goalkeepers led by Nadine. We have fantastic options, and we've all been very excited for this opportunity for Bella. 2 critical saves at the beginning of each half, which is her bread and butter. It's what she does. Obviously, goalkeepers are there when other people make a slip, and she come up big. But it was the rest of the game that's very important to us. Her composure, calmness, management, choosing how to be able to analysing how the opposition are pressing us, giving information to other players, because we struggled the first 10, 15, and we looking a bit flustered in solving some simple tactical things. And I think Bella did a great job, especially in the second half, of making the right call and the right decision and giving the right information. So yeah, it's great. So happy for her. Good start. But expect her to be able to kick on now. And you guys heard me a lot last year talk about our belief in her. I just think we're blessed with some fantastic goalkeepers at this club, and it's very rare that another number one steps in when your number one heads to the Olympics, and that's what we got at this club, and we're proud of that.
All right, next we'll take a question from Meg Linehan.
Mark, back to Olivia just for a second. Just in terms of expectations are obviously very high based on just the fact that this was a public fight to get her to play on this team. But in terms of, she said that you told her to just be herself, to step on the field, to just play her game. Is that how you're trying to approach her mentality going into this moment?
Yeah, Meg, I know. I know it's a really good question, and I know I'm really excited to talk about Liv and the journey, and also what the next steps are. I wish I had the magical answer that's just about Liv. We really try to support every player. We are really proud that we have world-class players at our club, but we're just as proud that we have supported and developed some really strong NWSL players, from young ones. Think of Hayley Rasso when she came in and how she was performing before she left, or Simone Charlie, who grabbed a very important goal. It's been part of our DNA to develop players. So when you think of Liv, I think it's really important and to understand our mindset. I know everyone on the outside will be stuck on 2 digits or the date of birth. For us, she's a player that's going to get it right. She's a player that's going to get it wrong. She's going to have good games. She's going to have average games, and it's going to be a journey. And Simone Charlie took her time to be able to produce the consistency she's now producing. And I could rack through so many names and say the same. So I know when you reference, because of the public, it's been in the public eye, that there's a lot of expectation. Just to understand from our side, the expectation and the pressure is only on continue to grow, continue to give everything, continue to learn, continue to be yourself, live your identity, evolve your identity. And if you ever stop doing that, then there's an issue. But outside of that, there is no expectation. And if I put expectation on Kelly Hubley 3 or 4 years ago, or Hayley Rasso, or all the others that continue, Bella Bixby, that come through our pipeline, if we did that, where would they be? I don't think they would be here. So you guys will do what you do, and we'll be trying to relieve and work the opposite way of making sure that Liv stays focused on what she's been focused on. And to be honest, it's going to be easy, because she's had a lot of stress and noise. And I've never had to say to her once, ignore the noise, stay focused, because that's who she is. I think she has some good mental skills to be able to be present and continue moving forward, continue training and developing. So we saw some good glimpses tonight, but the business sport, the development path, we all think it's like this. It's not, and we all know that it's like this. And there's no doubt it'll be the same here. And we can't wait to be there to stay out of the way when she's doing well, and we can't wait to catch her when it's not so great, and make sure she knows that we believe in her.
All right, we'll take a couple more questions for Mark. Next, we'll go to Paul Danzer.
Hey, Mark, congrats. Talk a bit about your midfield tonight and the importance of Salem and Rocky, that partnership, and how that's helped you in this transition period.
I think Celeste Bourret was everywhere tonight. And I think Celeste Bourret tackled everyone on the team. I think Celeste Bourret intercepted off everyone on the team and touched every blade of grass on this amazing stadium. So I think we start there. I think it's important to recognise she stepped in and stepped up. And Salem, Rocky Rodriguez were really important and very experienced players. Louisville did a great job of keeping them off the ball and out of the game as much as possible. I think first half they did a great job keeping both those players off the ball, and Sel stepped up. Marissa Everett, best performance we've seen from her. And when you give young players opportunity, when you give people opportunity, they rarely let you down. And Marissa, I thought, was exceptional. Her positioning behind the opponent, between the opponent, and receiving on the turn, and always looking to play passes that are dangerous. And then when they're not on, just linking and being available again. I think her scanning and constantly finding the right space was top tonight. And then executing technically. So I couldn't be happier with how those two played. And yeah, Ange and Rocky, they're critical pillars to our team. But I think that Louisville kept them quiet, or tried to keep them quiet, and did a mainly okay job at that.
All right, and we'll take one final question from Melina Gaspar.
Hey, Mark, about your defense, we saw today Menges registering her first assist. Also, Havli looking for opportunities on the box. Also, we could see that they did a great job, the defense in general, helping with the clean sheet. So how proud are you of them? And also, I know this is women's football, but I gotta ask, England won today, so is going home, yes or no? Thank you.
Thank you, Melina. We had a moment in training yesterday where Menges passed to Kelly, or Kelly passed to Menges, like set up in a small-sided game, set up an assist for a goal, and we almost scored. I can't remember which way. And we said, what's better than a centre-back scoring? Well, a centre-back assisting the other centre-back. And it's funny, as you reminded me of Menges' amazing assist, and also Kelly having 2 or 3 really good chances. And she told me after the game, Mark, I can play number 9 if you need me. And I said, well, those chances says different, but we can look at that. We can work on that. Both led the charge here, keeping an important clean sheet. Everyone defends on our team. You know, you look at the forwards, Morgan Weaver, holy cow, she was amazing in the press with Simone, and then obviously with Sove. What the midfield did, and then the back line, and then Bella. But it starts with those two who continue to develop a fantastic centre-back partnership and relationship. And I'm really happy. It's just nice to see them in and around the goal. But that also shows our identity, especially on the set piece. We've been getting Menges, even in open play, we've been getting centre-backs in those positions. It's a specific zone that we like to cross from. It used to be getting fullbacks there, but we're so attacking and offensive that actually, and how we've pinned the opposition, sometimes our centre backs are in those areas. I know it's a set piece, but in open play, we've had those looks as well. And in regards to England, it's exciting. And I was 3-4 minutes late for the first half, running from back to the hotel room, missed the goal, first goal, Harry Kane. And then it was a game prep meal before the game, had dinner with the team, and then rushed back in the second half. I thought I could have my meal at halftime, missed the second goal, but I got to enjoy the others. I know a lot of people have been working very hard with this younger generation, and what a tremendous job that the staff are doing. At Chelsea, I had the opportunity to watch Reece James and Mason Mount come through the ranks. I was never involved coaching them, but some of the coaches that worked with them, I admired because of how they coach these young people. So it's a fun time to be an England fan, seeing young players being given a chance. I think they have a great team spirit and a great togetherness that is all you can ask for on the world stage, and proud to be English supporting this team.